highly revered persons from Ebonyi State. Ordinarily, I could have treated that media briefing as mere garbage, but coming from mouth of a sitting governor, it becomes very necessary to give it the needed attention in order to invite full scrutiny of the dangerous, reckless inherent in the utterances of the Chief Security Officer of a state. This press briefing may be termed late, given the governor's pseudo apology, but the closure of Kingdom Modern Secondary School, owned by the immediate past, the current chairman of PDP, Ezza South Local Government, Barrister Friday Agbom, who is also my legislative aide, 24 hours after that apology, on excuse that he organizes court activities there, triggered me to make this press briefing. That school was established in 2004 and has never had any issue till date. It is very unfortunate that innocent and harmless students of the above-named schools have been forced to taste the bitter pills of Umahi's maladministration, not minding the fact that the students just came back from a long COVID-19 induced break and have no business with political intrigues in Ebonyi State. Given the weight of the allegation, I feel obliged to respond in the following terms. It is absolutely clear that Governor Umahi is accusing the individuals he mentioned in the course of his apparently delusional broadcast of conspiracy to murder. Specifically, when Umahi accused myself and 3 others of engaging cultists and, according to him, some IPOB members to start killings and instigating crisis in Ebonyi State. He thus brings the matter into the central realms of criminal law, whether he is ignorant of the crime of joint enterprise to commit an unlawful or harmful act or not. Umahi must put forward the compelling evidence at his disposal that led him to lay such grievous allegations against innocent citizens who were his conveyor belts to his present status as the second-term executive governor of the state. Speaking for myself and by way of refutal, I wish to state categorically that I have never harbored, recruited, induced, or engaged cultists for any purpose, whether political or otherwise, in all my personal and public life. Umahi goes further to state, this is an alleged information I got, and I needed to share the same information with security agencies. This statement represents a clear and unambiguous defamation consciously deployed to assassinate the characters of honorable and law-abiding leaders of our great state without justification. One of the qualities of a sound leader is being able to guide what he says at all times. His utterances cast huge perception on his being referred to as His Excellency. When Umahi stated this, the reason is that every governor in the state has been fought by the same set of people. He betrays the perennial fear of the persecution complex that have infected his soul and sensibility and brought about a degree of derangement into his mind, ever since he stepped into the office of the governor. Umahi has slowly brought a fight upon himself, and his soul is under torture because he suddenly has realized that he made a biggest political miscalculation in his life and no one is helping him in his lonely journey of self-destruction. Perhaps Umahi has forgotten the pedigree of Ebonyi illustrious son, who has tried in vain to degrade, and I wish to, at this junction, remind him, just in case he has forgotten, as usual, that His Excellency Senator Pius Anyim Pius has held highly exalted position of President of the Senate and Secretary to the Government of the Federation. His Excellency Dr. Senator Obinna Ogba was Executive Governor of Ebonyi State for 8 years. The second-term Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The former Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria. My humble self was a local government chairman in 1997 under Grassroots Development Party, former SA, former Commissioner under Samuel, former PDP chairman of Ebonyi State for 7 years, former chairman of various federal boards, first vice president Nigerian Football Federation, member CAF Beach Soccer Committee, member ECOWAS Parliament, governorship aspirant 2007, and at which point he was desperate, begging to deputize me, two-term Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and current Senate Committee Chairman on Youth and Sports Development. And finally, Chief Alodefa, former Southeast Publicity Secretary of PDP and former SSA to the Governor and current Zonal National Vice Chairman, PDP Southeast Zone. My joy is that his stay in Ebonyi government house is tenured and not everlasting or internal. I urge him to do something good for the people. If he has forgotten to do a record of the political profile of 4 Ebonyi sons, he has tried in vain to diminish, including my humble self, which I have outlined in the last paragraph. I call this Unshikon mentality or pull him down syndrome. Governor Umahi should remember that the position he is occupied today was occupied by somebody yesterday and will be occupied by another person tomorrow. He should stop being boastful and playing God, because shadows disappear when darkness comes. I also want to put on record that apart from closure of the secondary school, he called me on phone and threatened to pull down my hotel in Abakaliki, capital of Ebonyi State. And I also want to mention that the record of Umahi's history of violence and traits of violence abroad in the public domain. I recall that the governor and his brother Austin Umahi sent me a threat message on the 14th of January this year and the 16th of August, respectively, warning me to watch my back. Therefore, when a man with such a history, combined with his unstable greed to cling into power, makes this assertion of dangerous, thoughtless utterances, then he must be taken seriously. It is important to state here that should anything happen to me or any member of my family, Governor Umahi should be held responsible. Umahi should note that gentility of the tiger does not mean weakness. Because of your time, I know many of you are eager to go to chambers. I think I will stop so far, but I'll hand over the whole write-up to you. Thank you for listening. May God bless you. That is his personal opinion, and he has the right to join any political party of his choice anytime he wishes to do so. But I want to assure you that his jumping ship has not affected the political party PDP in Ebonyi State in any form. And the Southeast, he is not the spokesman of Southeast. The Southeast knows how they will go about, looking for the position of the president. That is what a dream each and every one of us is looking up to. And when the time comes, we know how we'll go about it. It's not yet time for that now. Thank you.
My own question is on the school you mentioned.
2004. And you can check from 2004 to date. There are so many people who have passed out of that school. Some of them are in universities now. Some are, have left universities. They have written WAEC, they have written JAM, so many, there was no problem. And if the governor himself has been in the office now for almost 6 years, and he knows about the school. In fact, you will agree that there was a time I sponsored 4 secondary schools to come to the plenary and watch what is going on. That school was one of the schools I picked in one of the local governments that came to this place, in 8th assembly. So they don't have any problem. It's just that the young man is supporting Obinna Ogba, and if he refused to join him in his APC. For instance, what we do, he said at Pius High, all of us refused to join him in and you cannot carry somebody. If you listen to his adage, he called us his children. You understand? He called us his children. How can you call a former president of the Senate your child? And anybody that's a child, he has no menstruation. He doesn't have a decision on his own because we're still toddlers. Assuming he called us his boys, then you said, because some of my boys have their own opinion, they can make suggestions. But when it's their children, it's what you tell them that they will do. So, and we felt that, as I mentioned here, I was a chairman of PDP for 7 years plus. So why should I leave such party? You understand? And the party that brought me here as a senator 2 times, in fact, I don't know. That's as that. Then the hotel own is that I didn't say somebody. He called me on phone, and I'm using MTN. He's using MTN, so the thing is there, and he threatened to pull down my hotel. But I'm not bothered. If you want tomorrow, you can go and pull it down. But I just mention it for people to know. There are so many other things. As I said, the text he sent to me is still in my phone. The one the brother sent to me is still in my phone. And it's not that I supported him. If you want to count people who supported him to be governor, if you want to name them, you will not name up to 5 names. You will name me. You understand? So I don't think there's... he has the right, he has his own full right to join any party. But just as I said, he suddenly discovered he's alone. And let's see how it goes.
Okay. Thank you, distinguished.